The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Alrighty, it's Tuesday, the 26th day of April, 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamal Hartman. She is Sherry Vanderpool. Sister Sherry, it is Tuesday. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, Jamal. How are you feeling? Look at us matching and everything. So it's a great day in the neighborhood.
We do both have black shirts on. Does your shirt have any writing on it?
No, I'm dressed appropriately. I don't have writing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I just came with a message for the people this morning. My shirt says, "Follow your dreams, back to bed." So, you know, just what?
Follow your dreams back to bed, Jamal.
I mean, that's what the shirt says. I was just gonna stop at follow your dreams.
Thanks for being honest.
Yeah, I was, hopeful, but I'm happy you're happy that it's Tuesday, and welcome. Well, welcome to Tuesday, everybody, and greetings, everyone. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Mandy Shailer on to discuss the end-to-end. The end-to-end is back happening in May. The focus this morning, discussion this morning, we're going to touch on free speech and the big purchase of Twitter. I wonder if Bermuda and Bermudians know what free speech is. We had the incident with former heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson last week, and I'm pretty sure the man that was antagonizing him thought he was exercising his right to free speech before he caught one in the mouth, but we'll talk about that. Daily play is a remember when, so little history for our sister Sherry, and I'm sure she's not going to get this one right, so audience, we will need your help.
Clutch the pearls, really? No.
Well, I
positive energy towards your fellow sister over here, like nothing.
No, I was giving positive energy to the audience, telling them that
I see that. I'm talking about me.
Nope,
that's cool, Jamal. Noted.
Yeah. Note. Take that note. That's right. Take that note. So, for those of you who aren't living under a rock, you may know that yesterday, Elon Musk, the South African, relocated South African to the United States. He is a billionaire, billionaire, and he's the richest man in the world, surpassing Jeff Bezos last year probably. Really? But Elon Musk's bid for Twitter, apparently, according to some experts, is the beginning of a wave. So I think the deal was like $44 million. I'm saying billion dollars.
Billion. Okay.
$44 billion. And yeah, he had originally acquired a stake of 9.2% in Twitter earlier this month before striking a deal to buy the social media platform. So a lot of talk has been happening around this. And I just want to share what Elon Musk himself said on his Twitter page. He said, he tweeted first yesterday, I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means. He then says free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, said Mr. Musk. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Now, a lot was said after the purchase saying, oh, well, I guess this is going to be the return of former President Donald Trump, who basically, according to sources, has said that, nope, he will not be returning to Twitter. He'll stick to his own platform, Truth Social, or whatever it is that he does. But a lot has been said. Now, Sean King, not sure if you saw what he said, but Sean King, he's an activist, does a lot of
Mm-hmm.
like, standing up for black people and black issues. But he actually shared a post yesterday. He said, a lot of people are incorrectly framing Elon Musk purchasing Twitter as being left versus right, meaning the political left versus political right. I strongly disagree, he says. This is about the richest man in the world who was born into apartheid and raised by a white nationalist, wanting to be sure that powerful white men can say whatever they want about whoever they want without consequence. So there's a lot been said, and I think this conversation is so deep. This conversation is so deep. It surrounds free speech. It's around social media, controlling what people say. There was the rule in 2016 where people said that social media and the Russians won the election for former President Donald Trump. There's so much to it. What will Twitter look like going forward? Will people now be able to edit? What is free speech? Is free speech being able to say what you want without consequences, without the right to be sued? Are there going to be new things that when you sign up for Twitter or sign on, you have to basically actually you're giving out some legal right around saying what you want without consequence? We don't know, but I guess the question of the morning is, I'm not sure as many Bermudians use Twitter as people for some reason are stuck on Facebook. um, I don't get it, but Facebook seems to be the thing with a lot of Bermudians. But what are your thoughts on Elon Musk purchasing Twitter and free speech? The idea that it's gonna be open season.
Twitter is not one of my favorite platforms. I would start off by saying that it is too too fast for me, and maybe it's changed up over the years, but it's just too fast. But I just feel like it's just the floodgates of being of free speech, of people being bullied and trolled and being talked about without any consequence. And I understand, to me, it's different levels of free speech in regards to stating your opinion, and this is how you feel and this is your stance. It's another part where you are encouraging people to hurt themselves or you're bullying them into doing something. The culture that we live in today and the generation that is on these platforms take this very seriously and wholeheartedly. So those are the things that I'm concerned about when it comes to the quotes of free speech and what it would mean for those that are very engulfed in the platform.
That's a good point, Sherry. I think again, and I mentioned Mike Tyson as a joke, just saying, and Charlemagne spoke about this on his Donkey of the Day on the Breakfast Club. Just, social media has really given us this idea that we can do anything to go viral without consequences, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the idea of being able to engage freely, but there have to be limits. I don't, former the current premier, sorry, David Berger, I never forget him saying to me many years ago in a conversation, Mr. Hartman, not all laws are bad, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
true. Some laws actually do exist to protect us, right? The idea that hey, you're not allowed to drive drunk, you're inebriated, you're under the
Right.
influence, you're putting other people at risk. Some laws are there to protect us, some like protect you and others. There has to be a line in terms of freedom of speech. Just recently, not Nicki Minaj, what's the other Cardi B. Cardi
Mm-hmm.
B won a lawsuit against someone
Yes.
who basically spread rumors about her, I believe, having a STD or STI or something like that.
Mm-hmm. A blogger.
Yeah, a blogger. So I think there have to be rules, but where does the line for free speech draw? Because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Bermuda, it is against the law in Bermuda, at least, to cuss in public. It's just not
Oh.
enforced. I'm
Uh,
pretty sure that's law. I'm pretty sure that might be law, just
Mm.
not enforced. But I know we have legal experts or want to be legal experts in the audience that can probably help me with that. David Michael R. Wilson says, just a thought. If you have to buy what is otherwise known as free speech, is speech no longer free, or is it free? How can it be? Or if it is free, how can it be purchased? Interesting.
Mm.
I mean, he did
Because,
advertise it.
well, I was gonna say because he is talking about doing a subscription of some sort as well, right? Or there's they already have subscription. Is it Twitter Blue or something? I
Yeah,
understand it to
yeah, yeah.
be.
There is a Twitter.
And and I don't know, Jamal. I just feel like it's just going to open the floodgates for various things to be put out there that doesn't need to be. You come involved in an accident or you see something and you post it, and so oh, you can. It's free speech. I could do. I'm evoking my right to do what I want to do on Twitter. I just feel like it's going to be such a gray area that it's going to be a loophole in what people do and being able to be held accountable for it.
Well, I mean, if you look at former President Donald Trump, I like others. I did not think he should have been banned from. I don't think he committed an act worth being banned. And some people say no, he incited an insurrection. I think that's based on perspective.
Hmm.
I always use this example. Growing up, I listened to a lot of gospel music, Kirk Franklin, a lot of different stuff. None of that stuff ever influenced me to make me want to go to church more or be a Christian. It didn't. I just,
Right.
and again, we're built differently. Some people's minds are like sponges more than others, right? So some people will soak up the information that's in and around them. I'm not necessarily into shutting people's down because I disagree with them or they have extreme different thoughts. I believe in
Mhm.
shutting people down if they're actually inciting or trying to put other people at in harm's way, be it physically, emotionally, even financially, right? I think that's where the line is drawn for me. I'm not quite sure shutting people down because they have extreme views against you is the way to do it. I think that's the idea behind what Elon Musk is talking about on that level, like shutting people
Right.
down just because you disagree with them. I want to hear. I want to ask you questions about what your disagreement. I want to learn more because through that, maybe it's something that I'm missing. Maybe it's something that I can help you understand. It's not even about changing people's minds. It's about us learning from each other based on where we stand, you know?
But it's the thread. So you can start off with that, Jamal, and have some of those conversations with other people. But then the thread, as you're going down the comments, then it's like, no, just go kill yourself because you're stupid, and saying those kind of things when you may be having that conversation with somebody else. It could be the other people that interject that then give someone that right to kind of way. And
Yeah,
that
but
shouldn't happen.
that can be done on any social media platform. That's not a Twitter
Yeah.
issue. I think Twitter, the issue is the high level I just mentioned. It's about let's be honest, it's about the politics. It's Sean King saying it's not about left right. He believes it's about white men controlling the conversation. Could be. But
Mm,
I think, it's more or less how do we define free speech? I think that's
right.
the overall conversation. And again, when I look at Bermuda, um, there was a gentleman who once, I believe, immediately following the election of the PLP with David Burke being the premier, there was a man who was charged with making threats against the premier on Facebook,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, and he was prosecuted. I don't think things like that have any place anywhere, be it on social media, in person, in email, in mail. Traditionally, no, I don't think that has a place. But I think what we need to do as a society, as a community, is find where is that line? What's that balance between free speech and pretty much threatening behavior? Carla John
Right.
says Twitter is a vicious place. It's the first place I saw people telling other people to unalive themselves. And then she says, having said that, I enjoy the fast pace of Twitter that Sherry mentioned. I think Twitter is my favorite social media platform because Twitter is not about, it's not comparing your life to others. I think when I look at
Mm,
Facebook, it's like everybody's looking for acceptance. It's when I look at Instagram, everyone's trying to feel good about themselves with likes and followers. LinkedIn, I'm sorry, Twitter's not my favorite. LinkedIn's probably my favorite because I mean,
Right.
I just had some lady hit me up. I got a sale on it LinkedIn last week. Like it's career building, it's career defining
Mm.
if used correctly and you understand how to use it. If you use LinkedIn correctly, you wouldn't never have to apply for a job again in your life. That's probably my favorite social network. But Twitter
Mhm.
gives you the opportunity to understand how people think, how they
It's
communicate.
I just feel like I said, it's fast paced for me. Probably when it was introduced, oh, I'm over here doing this, and I feel like I have to be engaged with it
Mhm.
too much. Whereas the other platforms I can pick up and look at and put them down. Twitter,
Mhm.
if you put that on, you could miss something.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Too much for me.
It is fast paced. That's why it's the only medium I really go on out of the main ones. Charles H. Jefferson II says, and DJT, Donald Trump, President Donald J. Trump didn't put people in harm's way by inciting the insurrection. I believe that many were definitely influenced by it. I mean, look,
Yeah.
former President Trump said he could go down Fifth Avenue and do you know what, and people would still vote for him. I don't think he was wrong, but at the end of the day, what I think we need to do is understand the first question that you asked Brother Jaffas, is based on your perspective. That's
Mm.
why he hasn't been charged. He's been asked to come before the committee January 6th, but it's perspective. It really is because he did not necessarily tell people what to do. He kind of said your country's going to be taken from you. We need to stand up, but we can't say that he told them the exact behaviors. I know it's semantics. I really do
It
understand
is.
that, Brother Charles. It really is. But I'm just saying, like, I'm in that middle space right now. I'm in that middle space because it's easier said than experienced, lived, and done. So I think
Hmm.
us standing in a neutral place on this, which is very hard to do, the argument can be made that yeah, he's influential, but did he really tell people to go there and tell them what to do once they got there? Yeah, he told them go, but did he tell them what to do? I think that's the argument, though. That's the argument. He tell them to go into Speaker Pelosi's office and do what they did? Did he tell them to assault the officers that were protecting the Capitol? I'm not a lawyer. It
Semantics,
is semantics, but I'm just saying sometimes you gotta
loopholes.
take that middle line. But again, where's the line? Again, Elon Musk is preaching freedom of speech, folks. Freedom of speech. It's a dangerous line.
Very.
It's a blurry line, very blurry. But what are your thoughts on Elon? Again, I understand most Bermudians and probably most people who tune into this show daily aren't tweeters, right? They aren't. And this is my point. David Michael R. Wilson said it best. While DJT didn't hold the gun figuratively, he did supply the ammunition. I'm not going to say that word. And again, but in a court of law, would that hold up? Is my point.
Yeah, because if you're
I'm saying
driving in a car and something happens,
that depends
rather
on the race of the individual. I swear. I'm just saying that depends on the
and
race.
you go inside and decide that Chick-fil-A don't have your fries, Jamal, and you got upset, did something, got back in the car with me, I'm getting done.
You all look. You understand? People in high places have different rules regardless of race. I'm telling you. You go ahead, try doing something that he gets away with. See how it works out for you. I hear you all, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure it works that way. Fantasy, fantasy, fantasy. I'll say this much. I think social media per se, um, it's an interesting space. It's a very interesting space. Even in Bermuda, I think that we have been extremely comfortable um, saying what we want. Um, I there's a lot of introvert like personalities that exist. It's given them the opportunity to connect with people that they normally wouldn't connect with. Um, and yes, there are people who have found ways to make a living off of social media. They've
Yeah.
done great things. They have you know made it work for them. But sometimes and in some ways it's been detrimental to communities, people. We've seen the bad parts where on Facebook people have went live and they've committed heinous acts. We've
Mhm.
seen people who they don't get enough likes or followers and it really breaks them and someone tells them go and da 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 and they follow through and lawsuits to come and people prosecute it. Social media to some may be a necessary evil. To others, it may be pretty much bad for children, like parental
Yeah.
advisory is necessary. And then for others, it's everything they needed to make their small business work. It could be everything they needed to take their business to the next level. It could be everything they needed to ensure that people, know that things like the end-to-end are taking place and how they can be a part of it to make sure that the community benefits. Social media can be a lot of things. However, I do believe because it is still exists in a world where there's laws and there's rules that are made to protect the overall good of the public, we
Yeah.
need some sort of not big brother, we need something to oversee or govern the actions
Govern.
of people. Because again, just last week, this brother was trying to go viral by picking on stupidly. I don't care if Mike Tyson's 80 years old. I'm not talking junk to that man.
Right.
But
Which
stupidly with the thought process that you want to go viral, you want to make this video, you want to say, "Oh, I did this to Mike Tyson and he didn't respond." Like, what?
and that's it, Jamal, and it's those kind of things that are highlighted for me when you talk about free speech and just being able to kind of do what you want, and that's the mindset. People think they could just do what they want, but I hope there are different things put in place to help govern to a certain extent. Free speech, bullying, trolling, all of those kind of things hopefully are going to be separate in the sense of what can be governed,
Well, let me go to this comment real quickly, and big shout out to all those tuned in on BCG Radio. I'm not forgetting you all anymore because I know a lot more of you are tuning in on there. So shout out to BCG Radio. If you don't know, you can download the app bcgradio.com. It's available on Apple and Android. But I want to go to Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is the co-founder of Twitter, and he's now at Blockhead. But he actually says Elon is the singular solution I trust, right, to take over Twitter. I trust his mission to extend the light of consciousness. He's quoted as saying, he wrote that Musk and current CEO Parag Agrawal were getting the company out of an impossible situation, and the company was on the right path. So he believes this is the right way to go. He says, I love Twitter. Twitter is the closest thing we have to a global consciousness. The idea and service is all that matters to me, and I will do whatever it takes to protect both. Twitter is a company and has always been my sole issue and my biggest regret. It has been owned by Wall Street and the ad model. Taking it back from Wall Street is the correct first step. He said, in principle, I don't believe anyone should own or run Twitter. It wants to be a public good at a protocol level, not a company. Solving for the problem of it being a company, however, Elon is the singular solution I trust. I trust his mission to extend the light of consciousness. Elon's goal of creating a platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is the right one. This is also Parag's goal, who's the current CEO, and why I chose him. Thank you both for getting the company out of an impossible situation. This is the right path. I believe that with all my heart. And going back to the comments, Charles H. Jeffers says, if you don't fight like hell, quote, if you don't fight like your hell, you're not going to have a country anymore, end quote. Donald J. Trump on January 6, 21, the date of the alleged insurrection. Brother Charles, there are people who have likened what happened in Bermuda on December 2nd, 2016 to this. The government encouraging people to protect their airport. Again, potato, semantics, perspective. He influenced people to go down there, fight like hell. What did fight like hell mean? I'm just saying, I'm going to take a neutral space at times. Sean Smith says, I am sure Twitter and other social media platforms have to abide by whatever broadcast. No, they don't. I tell you this. We don't have to, with this show, abide by what the Broadcast Commission says or does in Bermuda. Broadcast Commission, to actually start a radio station, you have to get approved by telecommunications. Online, you don't have to do that. Legally, to make money, all you need to do is register as a business. Charles H. Jeffers II says, to be fair, he also said peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard, but does one supersede the other? There we go, Brother Charles. Terrence Simmons says, I don't have Twitter, so don't tweet, Jamel. I'm one of those audience members. I speak when and how I choose without this platform, freedom of speech.
Good for you, Karen.
If Elon runs Twitter like he runs his companies, Black Twitter is going to disappear. Well,
Oh.
Hey, it's time for Black
Oh.
time for Black Twitter to bring back Black Planet and all those other things that they ignored for these other platforms. Now, Sherry, I know you remember Black Planet.
Black who?
Black Planet. You don't remember Black Planet?
Was that a MySpace time?
No, way before MySpace. That's why I thought you would know it.
No.
Oh my goodness. All right, folks. She
I don't
doesn't
know about Black Planet.
All right. She don't know about Black Planet. She was
No,
into her
Jason,
books back then.
you're more seasoned than I, it
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah, she was into her books back then, folks. She was into her books. Folks, we're going to have a fun conversation coming up about the end-to-end. All right, so don't go anywhere. And we have a fun daily play coming up. And you want to make sure you tune in because, as I stated at the opening of the show, I'm not quite sure Sister Sherry is going to get
No
this.
support.
I
No
think the
support.
audience may, and we may have to reward the audience for getting the answer. What do you think, Sister Sherry?
No support. You're something else.
Yeah, I've been called other things. All right, let's do this. Let me do my Leanna Lambert impression, and we'll be back with Mandy Shailer after that. Over to you,
Jamal.
Jamal. Yeah, over to you, Jamal. All righty, this is the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. The Bermuda Police Service and HM Customs continue to work together to deter as well as intercept contraband at the island's borders. On March 29th, a 45-year-old female foreign national was arrested on suspicion of money laundering after authorities seized $50,000 at LF Wade International Airport. The individual has now been released on police bail pending further inquiries. In another joint effort between the Bermuda Police Service and HM Customs on Thursday, April 7th, a BPS drugs unit executed a search warrant at a Hamilton Parish residence where several packages containing the controlled drug cannabis were seized, with an estimated street value of $800,000 Bermuda dollars. 6 persons were arrested in relation to this operation, 3 of whom are employed at LF Wade International Airport. Residences in Hamilton Parish, Devonshire, and Southampton were later searched, with police seizing a hydroponic system, which detectives suspect is designed to grow cannabis indoors. All 6 individuals since have been released on police bail pending further inquiries. In today's weather, expect a high of 70 and a low near 65 with partly cloudy conditions and windy. That's the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Let's go back to the studio, see what Sherry has for the days of the year before we bring Mandy Shailer in to discuss the end-to-end. Sister Sherry, what you got for us? Well, it would help if she took herself a damn mute, but whatever.
Oh my God, Jamal, I'm being so bad.
Yeah.
I know. Today is.
Uh-oh.
Am I on mute again? Okay.
No, we hear you, unfortunately.
Today is. Am I?
I said, unfortunately, we hear you.
Today is. No.
Hello.
Get Organized Day is celebrated on April 26th every year. It's a day dedicated to cleaning up and decluttering your homes and offices. Did you know research has shown that not only does an organized space help you to save time, it also gives you a sense of mental clarity. Many people are swimming in a sea of clutter, frustrated and confused. Getting organized also enhances productivity and is closely linked with happiness, restfulness, and sense of fulfillment.
All righty. Declutter your mind, Sherry. Declutter your mind. All righty. Appreciate that. Get organized, declutter your mind, and be more like me. So what it looked like around here, you wouldn't agree with that. Folks, do not go anywhere. Good conversation coming up. We're talking end to end. Sherry, you haven't done the end to end before, right?
Say that again.
You haven't done the end to end before, right?
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Several times.
Oh, never mind. I will hold that comment that I was about to make, and we'll be right back with Mandy. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's. so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's. I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Karen, a nurse at the old folks home. These long hours used to kill my feet until my hairdresser told me about a great place to buy a pair of clogs. Medical House. Finally, relief. They also carry uniforms in bright, bold colors. And not to mention the support stockings.
Karen, Miss Salter's bet her bet again.
Oh gosh, these days, I need all the support I can get.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke.
This month, John Barrett & Son bring us a premium thirst quencher from North Carolina, the Blue Ultra Purified Water. Many other bottled waters use reverse osmosis to reach an acceptable level of purity. Le Bleu uses a 5-step purification process, which includes fractional vapor compression, distillation, and ozonation, assuring purity and a unique, appealing flavor. Consumer testimony repeatedly praises the taste of Le Bleu compared to the other brands, and this, along with superior purity, makes Le Bleu a must-try. Lynn knows. Why go anyplace else?
All right, welcome back to the big show. Sherry Vanderpool, myself, Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest for the day. We've got Mandy Shailer from the End to End. Welcome to the show, madam. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. Good morning to all your listeners.
So Sherry's done the End to End prior. I haven't.
How about you, Jamel? You haven't. Shame.
I've watched
Shame.
it. I've watched it. I've driven it. I've driven it as well.
Doesn't count.
I've walked it. I've cycled it.
Cycling sounds like
Sherry's doing better than I.
Cycling sounds like cheating as well. I don't know.
It's a tough,
But I've done both.
cycle. You know, yeah. What are you done?
I've done both.
Okay, so
I like Mandy.
I guess being in a cab doesn't count. But
No.
okay, we'll take that.
No,
We'll take that.
Doesn't
But look,
count. But we appreciate your support in other ways.
of course, I like Mandy. See, but speak to us. The End to End's back. Obviously coming out of a pandemic, not completely out of it. How's registration going so far?
Registration's going great. I just had a look on the website, so you can actually see live the numbers of individuals and teams that we have registered. So I just had a look, and we've got 598 individuals registered so far. And then we've got 54 teams registered, which is fantastic. We love seeing our teams come out. And a big shout out to one of our platinum sponsors, Butterfield, who so far, I think I could tell, looks like they've got the largest team so far, which is fantastic. It's wonderful to have a sponsor who, not only supporting us financially, but is actually putting feet on the ground and getting out there and taking part in the event. So big shout out to those guys. But registration's going well. And we always know that we see a huge spike in numbers the week prior because, Bermudians are lazy, last minute procrastinators. They wait till the last minute to get to register. So that's fine.
I think, having done the End to End in a taxi, it is one of the things I really loved about Bermuda. When I say loved, it's like having and for those who never been there or seen it or participated, it reminded me of a island-wide parade almost. Right? But what are some of yeah, no, seriously, like different stall, different DJs in different spots. It's just it's a party. It's something to really it's one of the most fun activities I've seen in Bermuda. So what are some exciting reasons why people should want to participate in the End to End and not just think about their feet?
For all those reasons you said, it's such a great day. It's so fun. It's a great way of getting out there and reconnecting with I think we've all felt so disconnected, and we're thrilled to be back on the May calendar. We had to shift to October for the past couple of years due to COVID, so it's been a quick turnaround since the last event to do a full-blown back to normal event on May 7th. And so we're looking forward to seeing everyone out there. And reasons to participate. Yeah, just for the fun of the day, but also you're raising money for some great charities, and I'll speak on charities in a moment. But everyone also knows that we do great goodies bags. Again, thanks to our sponsors, we get some amazing stuff. And I have a little list right here. I can tell you, you can be look and fly with your visor from Deloitte. There's a visor in there from Deloitte, who's another platinum sponsor. So thanks to them for their continued support. Pure Water is giving you a tote bag. There's discount cards from Vineyard Vines, Gibbons Company. There's goodies from Butterfield and Vallis, and there's a sweatband from our title sponsor, Convex. Again, huge shout out to Convex. It's our new title sponsor this year. It's a bit of a nostalgia for us because obviously we have a long history with Catlin and Catlin XL, and Stephen Catlin himself has always been a huge supporter of the event. So it's nice to kind of come back into the fold with Convex, who Stephen is also a CEO or part of. Sorry. So yeah, it's kind of nice to be back with that group, and they're huge supporters of the event. They're really great to work with. As the safety officer, I've already got some of the people from Convex who are helping me out with safety support and pulling really putting their weight behind that. So it's fantastic. But yeah, great goodie bag, great T-shirt, and just a fantastic day out raising money for some great charities.
That sounds like a wonderful goodie bag, Mandy.
Yeah,
I love a little goodie bag.
Who doesn't? But make sure you register early, because if people know registration's open right now, so it's online registration only. But that week before the event, so what's that? That's May 2nd to May 6th. Right, the event office is there in Washington Mall. It's open at each of those days from 8:30 to 5 p.m.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Sorry, I'm getting all the details.
Yes, Peter, from middle to AM, real quick. How important was it for Anti-Ann to get back to its original roots, having it in May?
Yeah, no, this is where we feel most comfortable. We love being that starting off event for the summer. I really feel like we're that kickoff event. So, we were fine. October was nice. The weather was mostly nice for us. But I don't know, there's just something about being back in our regular calendar spot where we've been for many, many years. I'm not avoiding saying how many years, Jamal, because I know you've got that question coming out of when the end starts.
Well, that didn't help, Mandy. I'm going to have to change it now because you guys already know what the question is. Yeah, but she can Google and get the answer. No, that doesn't help, literally.
But yeah, we're really happy back in May.
Well, that's good. What changes or improvements can participants expect this year after the interruption of the pandemic?
Well, yeah, we're definitely in that living safely with COVID now. We know that it's still something that's out there that we've got to be concerned about. So we obviously say to all our participants, we're thrilled to get our events back to normal, but each of our water stops has hand sanitizers. We encourage you to wear masks if and when necessary. That's your personal choice. And social distance as much as you can, to keep yourselves safe. But in terms of what's new this year, we're bringing back some of those other peripheral events. So during those COVID years, we just minimized and focused on just the walk and the cycle. But now this year, we're bringing back the swim, the paddleboard. We've got the pilot gig rowers coming out and joining us. I think we've got some the Bermuda Rowing Association are also going to put a team out there. I'm hearing rumors that we might have a what they call it, the inline skate, oh no, not skateboard, but
skaters.
Yeah, but I'm blanking on the kind of ones that are all on the line.
Roller skaters?
That's the roller skaters, but what's the blade? Like it's the rollerblades.
Rollerblades.
I'm like, what's rollerblades? I'm hearing rumors that we might have a team doing that. So yeah, lots of really fun different ways to get out there and move and do something really healthy and fun for yourself, So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. What charities will benefit from this event this year?
Yeah, no, we're thrilled to be supporting the Bermuda National Trust this year. So as you know, the end-to-end relies on the railway trail. That's really the draw of the event, is you get a chance to see parts of the railway trail that you probably never usually go to. And there are several nature reserves that are managed by National Trust along the trail. So we are happy to support them to to focus on beautifying or doing the management work of those nature reserves, because that impacts the experience of the railway trail, which is such a huge part of the event. So we're thrilled to support that. And then the second one's kind of a 2-for-1. It's an interesting one. We're supporting the Interagency Committee, and they're a committee that are focusing on strengthening the capacity of agencies local agencies that respond to the needs of Bermuda's families and communities. So they're kind of they're like another charity supporting charities. And specifically, our donation this year will go to assist them with helping an organization called the Transitional Community Center. And that center is fantastic. They focus on providing leadership training or leadership development and technical training for a very specific segment of the community, which are vulnerable males ages 18 to 30, which I think we all know is a can be a particularly vulnerable time for men in this country, in most countries. And so really sort of, providing them that opportunity to kind of, get the support and development that they need to really to thrive, So we're thrilled to support them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And as you were saying a little bit earlier, where can people find more information about End to End, and where can they sign up? This is your part, Mandy.
This is where I spiel off, with all the details. So yeah, your go-to point for getting all the details about the event is BermudaEndToEnd.bm. It's all written out, BermudaEndToEnd.bm. So registration is online only, and we actually got thanks to a couple of our board members. They put together a great new registration system for it, and there's a tutorial video to help you out if you have any problems. It's really wanting to make it super easy for people to sign up and sign their teams up and join a team, or even just support an individual if you're not able to participate. So check out the new registration system. It's great. And then once you've registered with that, event office will be open from May 2nd to May 6th, 8:30 to 5 p.m. in the Washington Mall. It's just across from where Gold Standard is. And that's where you'll go and pick up your event number and your great goodie bag and your T-shirts. And if you're volunteering, that's where you pick up your volunteer T-shirts as well. And what else? Yeah, so that's registration week. And what else do I want to say? Sorry, I'm blanking now. Ask me another question.
No, we got you. If you have any questions for Mandy, please send them through. I do see some comments and questions coming through. But Mandy, I want to go back to something you said regarding swim and rowing and paddleboarding. So I'm just saying, I struggle on land. I don't think I could swim longer than probably 10 feet at my age, right? How long's the swim and rowing and paddleboarding?
So the swim is going to be, so I leave it to the swim experts. So I have a team that kind of are our swimmers that help to coordinate that event. And what we're doing is having them start by Watford Bridge, and they'll be going along Boas Island and coming in and finishing at Snorkel Park. And shout out to the folks at Snorkel Park for letting us finish that event there. I think that worked out to be like a 3K swim, 3 kilometer swim, I think, but it's open water. So it's nothing to sneeze at, it's something you want to be experienced with. You don't want to just kind of wake up and be like, oh, I like to paddle in my pool every now and then. Let me go out for an open water swim and do the end-to-end swim. It's something you want to be experienced with. And then our paddleboard is organized by Glenn Mello from Island Wind. So he's a very experienced paddleboarder, and he really decides on the day exactly what the most appropriate. Well, not the day before. He's looking at the weather, because obviously both events are very weather dependent, but particularly the paddleboard. So he looks at what the weather's doing, and he'll decide on exactly where that start point's going to be and what the route's going to be. So if you're interested in the paddleboard, there's a link to his Facebook page. That's where he puts out the information details for the event date on what the paddle is going to be. So yeah, hopefully we get some good weather.
So you can do it, Jamal.
Anyway,
I'm
not doing this with her. Charles H. Jefferson II says walking is one of the best ways to see our beautiful island.
Yeah.
Karen Simmons says walked end to end with a full rucksack and middle to end, walked and rode. What is that? Dukers? Use this as practical training walk. Love this event. Well, Rosalind Famous has a question.
Duke Edinburgh she's talking about.
How many miles or kilometers does the end-to-end cover?
So the full end-to-end is 24.1 miles, the walk is. So that's from your starting point there in St. George's and all the way along to that to finishing off in Dockyard. So 24.1 miles.
Oh, that's too short of a marathon, huh?
Yeah, no, it is. It's pretty much our marathon event.
And I've done it, Jamal. I've done it.
You keep saying that.
I've done it once.
Look, Cher's been saying for about 40 minutes now that she's done it. No one sent me a picture, no proof.
Oh, I could send you a picture. I could definitely send you a picture. But let me just add to this, Mandy, like what I found to be very encouraging and great during the time that I did it was all the events happening through the trails. Have we done anything different with this, or have they gotten even bigger and better? I know the DJs were the best part for me.
Yeah. Well, these are all the water stops. I mean, again, this and each one of those water stops it represents one of our sponsors. So they're coming out here and they're sponsoring a water stop, and we have a really fun, good competition between the water stops to get voted the best water stop, and they really do take that to heart. So if you're participating, make sure you vote for your favorite water stop, because these guys work hard to get some great goodies at the water stops, great food, great refreshments, and music and stuff like that. And some of our, particularly like I know in the past, I know Deloitte's always done a big one. Who else has done? I mean, there's anyways, you know who your favorite ones are and which ones to look out for. And they can be they make the event, because it is, you're kind of like you're walking and you see that water stop ahead and you hear that music and you're like, okay, I can keep going, and it's really they're so key for this event. So
what's the actual route? So just explain the actual route to give people an idea who have never
sure. So they start right at King Square in St. George's, and obviously there's not like railway trail coming out of St. George's, so you're mostly walking along the road there until you go across and you cross on the causeway, going along Harrington Sound, and then you'll cross over onto South Shore, and that's really where, right at South Shore, just past Trimingham Hill, is where you are able to join the railway trail at that point, and then you start seeing some beautiful parts of the trail, and it's following the trail all the way west until you get to Dockyard. And it's a great feeling. You crossing that cut bridge coming into Dockyard, and you're getting down there. The route's going to take you down Freeport Drive, just down by Cross Island, where the America's Cup was, and Sail GP stuff is gearing up there. So that will be interesting. And then you sort of get into that finish line area by the clock tower, and it is a big party. We've got the great MCs there who are calling your name and calling your number and really sort of dancing you into the finish line. And it's good times.
We have Rosalind Freeman. She's asking other shuttles back to the starting point, because that's a good question now, because that's a long way back.
It is. So definitely having your participant number on you for the day is really key, because you have free access to both the ferries and the bus systems. So there will be ferrying back to Hamilton. In terms of like getting you back to St. George's, I apologize. I'd have to check on the details on that, but stuff will be on certainly on the website to check out if I've missed that. But yeah, you definitely have access to public transport, but only by presenting your event number. So make sure you don't lose that. Make sure you have that. That's your ticket to ride for the day.
The one thing that I love, Mandy, is that like this is the appetizer to 24 for me, and people showing up to cheer people on has been very important. This is the start of marking a spot. How important it is to get everybody out to ensure that they support others who are doing the end-to-end.
She means the day for those who don't know.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, we love our the supporters on the side. If you're not participating for whatever reason, come on out and just cheer people on. We know it's not a race, but it's still like it's a long walk, it's a long ride, and some people it's like they're ticking off a major bucket list item on that they've got, and maybe it's just something that they've been doing the middle to end and they've never done the full one. This is their first year doing full one, so come on out there and support them. I love that stretch right on Bowes Island there when it really starts feeling like cup match. You got people with their tents, they're playing their own music, they're handing out goodies, but these are not like official water stops. They're just out there having a great day, and we love it. And so absolutely, we love our supporters, both on the side of the road and sponsors and participants. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So I guess you said 500 something signed up so far.
Yeah.
What is the goal, and what strategies can people like us? What's the strategy, and how can we help you get to that goal?
Oh, I don't know, just challenge your friends, join a team, get a team together. If you're part of a school, I know we already got some of the school teams. I saw War Academy, BHS, and all that. So yeah, encourage your friends and family to get together and take part. That's a huge way to support us. Our goal in terms of numbers, I mean, in the past, we've seen as much as like 2,500 to 3,000 people participate in our sort of real peak years. And we would love to be reaching those numbers. We'll see. Well, we don't know. We're just we're happy with however many come out there. But obviously, the more the merrier. The more money we can raise for these wonderful charities. It's always such a great feeling for us when we are able to sort of present those big checks to the charities at after the event. So yeah, come on out and raise some money for us for Bermuda local charities. And yeah, it's just come on out and join us.
Well, we have a witness. We have a witness in the audience. David Michael Wilson says I can confirm that Sherry has done it. And I'm not sure how credible this witness is, but we will let him take the oath and see if he is allowed to testify on her behalf.
Thank you, David.
So
I will be sending pictures.
She'll be sending pictures. Mandy, thank you so much for this. And just remind the audience that there was another question. Someone may not have seen it, asking deadline to register and where to register.
Deadline to register is going to be the end of the day on Friday, really. So registration is, on the Friday, the May 6th specified. So to register, you go to bermudaendtoend.bm. You'll see the link there for end-to-end sign up, and all the details of how to register are on that form there. Registration is online only. And it's open right now. And then when you want to go pick up your goodie bags, and definitely I recommend picking up your goodie bags as early as you can, making sure that you get the t-shirt size that you want. And again, we may see a huge influx of the numbers, so we can only order so many goodie bags. So get there early to guarantee you're going to get one. And that event office opens on May 2nd to Friday, May 6th from 8:30 to 5 p.m. And yeah, registration will be you can do. I think we are offering some like in-person registration. If you come in, you rock up with $50 and you can give it to us on the day, but we just sign up early, register online. It's much easier. And that'll be open until the end of the day on Friday, May 6th. So.
All right, Mandy, thank you so much. And I think it'll be a great event. I think that 500, based on this conversation, will get up to at least 2,000. So I think
yes.
we expect minimum 2,000. Please be in touch with us leading up to it. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to assist. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it this year. But I will be encouraging my friends. Well, because you said something. I'm competitive by nature. And you said it's not a race. And I'm like, well, if Sherry and I are doing it, it will be a race. It will be a race if Sherry and I are doing it. We're not on the same team. I'm racing it. So Sherry, if we agree to do it next year, just know what it is.
I'm cycling there.
Oh, see, she's cheating.
I'm not cheating.
I think she'll probably still kick your butt.
Thank you, Mandy.
Just throwing the gauntlet down there,
I don't have any leg strength. It's all in my arms and chest. That's what I'm doing.
I got legs.
There you go. Mandy, thank you so much. We'll be in touch. Have a great one.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Alrighty, Mandy Shailer, end-to-end, folks. Make sure you go sign up. Honestly, I've driven it. And it was beautiful to see so many people out there. You know what it is? Dear Sherry?
What, Jamal?
I have PTSD.
And what is that?
Being in the Bermuda Regiment and having to walk these places and the trails with those boots on and everything and getting blisters. So that's what it is for me. You get me?
No, I don't, because I walked it. And no, okay, I do. Because after I walked it, I was like, I'm only cycling this ever again. I've done it. You can roll your eyes all you want.
Oh, no. I had something in my eye I was trying to get out, Sherry.
Whatever. I have done it, sir.
Yeah, whatever.
About 3 times. What have you done?
I still don't have proof anyway. Yeah, whatever.
Drive.
Yeah, I was in a kid. I tried. I was showing some visitors what the route and the beautiful Bermudian people who were walking it. Let's take a break before Sherry out here trying to make me look bad. Whatever.
Trying.
Where's the commercial break? Anyway.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to One Communications, People's Pharmacy, Medical House, Lindos. Also, big shout out and give us a thumbs up, a love, a like if you appreciated today's conversation with Mandy about the end-to-end. I want to ask a question of the audience, yes or no? Have you participated in the end-to-end before? Yes or no in the audience? Just let us know. Sherry, what years did you participate?
Oh gosh, maybe 2017. 2016, I believe, and possibly 2014.
Oh,
I've done it 3 times. I'm gonna find you the pictures, and I do have witnesses.
I know what happened now. I know what happened. All 3 of those years, I had an ankle injury.
Oh my God, Jamal.
What?
Just telling stories. Come on.
Anyway.
You've never done it because you just don't want to.
I did the cab version. All right.
There's no category for the cab version. Mandy just told you.
Created the version. If they can create a version for paddleboarding and swimming, then we had a cab version. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, the audience is showing me up. Lorna Minor says yes, she's participated. Rosalind Famous says nope. We got a nope from NTS. We got a yes from Sherilyn. Well, this is unfair because I think she walks all the time. I think she owns a walking club. So y'all are not. This is natural to you. And Angela Cellini says yes. We've got a yes from Shawnette Bell. Nope from Nicole. I'm actually surprised, Nicole Walker. You seem like that walking end-to-end kind. Marquita Lee says yes at a Worcester. I love it.
It's so fun.
No, but would like to, says Dazzler Pitcher. We've got Marcia Robin.
Thank you,
Patrice
sister.
Bradshaw says yes, but with Sherry with you. She says Karen Simmons, yes. Renee Simmons, yes. Nana Pam says no. David Michael R. Wilson says, well, at least he didn't sprain his throat again. I'm not sure what was he talking about. That's on now. That sound very nasty. All right, says I've done half at least twice, so middle to end. Nachiko says yes, bike end to end. Okay.
Yes, Nachiko. Yes.
We've got Ellen Kate Horton says yes. Nicole Walker says Jamal can do the half marathon. Yeah, I was going to do it this year, but I found it more comfortable chair to sit in. Charles H. Jeffers II says middle to end last year, planning to do end to end this year.
Good job, Charles.
Bless your feet. Larry Marshall Jr. says done end to end and middle. End was worst pain ever. And this is coming from a half marathon runner. Because my name is Walker. Well, I mean, you said it. You said it, Nicole. You said it. It's in your name. It's in your name.
Oh, you guys are hilarious.
Well, let's do time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol. Sherry, Mandy pretty much tell you what the question is going to be. I mean, folks, help her out. It's a remember when. What year did the first end-to-end take place?
1988.
Yeah, I mean, how could she literally, she's like, oh, can't say that. That's going to be Jamal's question.
Jamal, honestly, if you probably wouldn't have said nothing, it would have been, I really
Yeah,
didn't.
but the audience listens. They tune in. Even if you're not, come on, player. What are you doing?
It was your face. I said, hey, let me Google that real quick.
Come on. She literally just gave it. Anyway, 1988. Thanks for that. It all started with a modest effort by three friends, John, Clive, and Paul, in 1988. They came back to Bermuda as expats and worked together in an insurance company. They were the first to think of such a walk for the first time in the island. So that's how the end-to-end began. And Sherry has participated 3 times in 35 goings, right? Yeah, 3 times. No, percentage wise, I mean that's pretty. That's nearly 0%. It's percentage wise. I mean,
No, you have 0% because you haven't done it at all. I've done something.
in a cab.
A cab is not a category.
Sherry, you want to just wrap up today's show? Let us know what you find out.
Yes, free speech. You ain't done beep beep, but but anyway. Elon Musk, taking on Twitter and purchasing it for $44 billion. That is a lot of money. I appreciate what he's trying to do. I just think that we need to ensure that there is some govern in regards to what free speech is about. And how it will look on Twitter, so that we're not hurting anyone. As far as end-to-end, an awesome event, an awesome charity to be a part of. I say go out there and participate. It only helps and gives back to Bermuda. So let's get out there and do it, Jamal.
Yeah, Karen Simmons says 35 years, 1988. And then this wise guy says, wouldn't it be 87 if it's 35 years ago? Normally, I wouldn't entertain this, but instead of trying to be wise, actually ask yourself, maybe there was a year that they missed, and it wasn't that long ago. Eat. All right. Now that I've got that wise crack out of me, I will say this much. It's free speech. There's got to be lines to it. There's levels.
Yeah.
There's got to be rules. You can't just say anything without consequence. You can't do anything without consequence. I say all the time, I've been told I have a mouth on me. There's consequences to the actions. We were fighting conscription. There were consequences. There was a gentleman that always said to me, if you break the law, if they come for you, you go, because you know what you're standing for. So I'm watching closely to see where Elon Musk takes this. As far as the end-to-end, I believe, Charles, I think one of the best ways to see Bermuda is to walk it, go through the trails, experience it. I am hoping that more people just participate. Unfortunately, I'll have to wait until next year, but I'll be watching you all and looking for your pictures. All right, you got some daily inspiration for us here?
I do. If an egg is broken by an outside force, life ends. If broken by an inside force, life begins. Great things always begin from inside.
Dang,
Jim Kicker. Mm-hmm.
Within, and folks, that's the mantra right there. Start within. Yeah. Most of the solutions for your problems are within. Again, shout out to all those on BCG Radio tuned in. Again, folks, if you are back to work or heading to the office, just download the BCG Radio app and you can listen to Sherry get an answer right once in a blue moon.
I'm getting on it
today, like she did with Mandy today. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Sherry Vanderpool, I'm Jamal Hartman. Folks, I'll say this much. It's going to be some show on May 4th with what we will be letting you all know. If you haven't already, subscribe to the website. Make sure you're tuned in. You don't want to miss it. All right? Make it a safe and great day. I don't know what's in Sherry's cup, but I'm going to finish my water. Peace.